What a shot! Clear them out, lads! Clear them out! What a fight this has been! We've lost a lot of troops here, but by damn, we're going to show the Germans what they're up against. We shall not bend, my friends. We shall not yield. Greetings and welcome to episode 74 of my Empire Total War Darth mod USA campaign. And this, my friends, where we left it last time, where we had a terrific series of fights here, my friends. We are trying to clear Denmark of all German forces here, on the assumption here, my friends, that once we've cleared Denmark, we can move to the border there with Hanover. That's sort of the next sort of step here across the bridge here into sort of German territory here. If we can clear all of this, it then gives us the opportunity to move up to the border here to secure the bridge here that's crossing into the sort of German proper territories, proper German territory into Hanover, and indeed into Berlin. Look at that, what a wonderful opportunity that might seize there for us. But look at Hanover here, right on the very edge, the cusp here of German territorial gain here. So Württemberg just does stretch a little bit further into there, but still Hanover. But also give us access to the coast here, right on the coast of the North Sea. It really would. Cuxhaven here, what a fantastic opportunity it would provide us here. But first of all, we have to clear it now. As you can see, there were two armies here sort of established themselves on the coast here. One of them has been absolutely completely destroyed. There's just a remnants here. As you can see here, 3 regiments plus the general here, still sort of beset here by 2 of these powerful forces. We launched an incredibly powerful attack here by an army group. We did take a beating. Let's not be under illusions here. We lost a lot of men, took a large amount of casualties, but my word, my friends, it was worth it. And we are now beginning the process here of reinforcing and replenishing these troops. It really is the first step on a many offensive we've got planned here. And also, if you remember, my friends, we've also put into motion the very, very strong possibility that we'll be moving into Russian territory. Now, not Russian territories attacking Russia, but moving into the territories here that Russia have given Germany here. And we're going to be using Petrasia just on the peninsula of Greece here. It really is on the sort of the real tip of the Mediterranean here before you go into the Black Sea. Patras is going to be the staging area, the staging ground for this operation here. But we've also got to make sure, now many of you said, Mal, you need to move in a task force, enable task force in here to really help sort of back up the troops that are moving in. We've already got troops moving in, 2 armies coming in from America, 1 is already being moved from Sweden. They're going to group up here, and we're going to move on sort of the German residents, as it were, here, these regions here. Look at that, they've taken here or been given by the Russians. But if we can take these, even if we could take the Crimea, or the Don, beg your pardon, here, right on the border of the Crimea, it would open up a huge gap here in the sort of the eastern sort of flank here of the German Empire. Now, of course, that comes with a significant amount of dangers. The primary danger being that Russia then declares war upon us for being so close to their territory. They may see it as a major threat to their territory that we are sort of landing here, effectively an army group is being landed here, right on the doorstep here of the Russian Empire, right here in the German regions. So we have to make sure that we are fully prepared to meet that threat should it come our way, and that means blocking off the Black Sea. Now, your advice once again really has been absolutely stupendous, it really has. We are going to seal off the Black Sea here, so we're going to put a fleet right here. So once the army group has landed and sailed here, we're going to seal off the Black Sea here from the outside world, so that no Russian forces can be moved via the Crimea into sort of the Mediterranean and further afield. Now, we've already got a blocking naval force here. The sort of the Gibraltar Straits here are already sealed off by a very, very powerful naval task force, as you can see here. But another naval task force is going to have to be sent here without shadow of doubt. There it is, my friends. Look at that. We've already put it into effect here. And of course, being led by Admiral Zach George here. So once again, an absolutely wonderful, wonderful sort of admiral here being sent forth. This will be the blocking force, as you can see, guarding already the armies that are being moved in here. General Jamie already on his way. Of course, the nearest army to where we need to be. Of course, General Jamie was in Sweden, but now moving on to operations further afield. And just before we continue as well, my friends, we do have some generals as well that are going to be have asked me requested. So we got General Adam here, Urnuk. I hope I've said that wrong. I usually get it maybe a little bit wrong, but I hope I've said that general. So Adam wanted to have a general. So we've got Adam is now the sort of the garrison commander here of Copenhagen, and then we also have Blue Block Pictures, who are requested to be also a general, and we have indeed put General Blue Blocks here. Is the garrison commander of New York, a very, very, very important role here. Don't think because you're on in the Americas that you're sort of being put aside where the fighting is, because the way Britain is sort of positioning itself, it does give me a little bit of cause for concern here. So we have got New York, the most vital trade center we have in the entire empire, or the republic, should I say, of the United States. New York really is the absolute linchpin, as you can see here from the trade going out of here. 46,000 of the gold sort of coming in and going out is coming via through New York out into the sort of the ports and outwards. It really is a vital hub, and it's being held there, my friends, by a wonderful, wonderful general there. We're going to probably trade out these rocket troops eventually for some 24-pounders. We need to do that. We need to really modify our, modernise our army as best we can. But we really are cracking down hard here. An anti-partisan operation which will continue in full effect. And we've of course got to replenish these armies, because as I said before, we really did take quite a beating here. Look at this. These numbers have been absolutely, that regiment down to 55 men, 27 men here, 26 men here. So you can see the fighting was absolutely brutal. But we continue apace, my friends. What have we got coming in now? 71,000. We do need to keep an eye on our ministers. We've got a wonderful army here, Secretary of State here, who's bringing down the cost of armies, and indeed the technology research rate has been absolutely fantastic, and the upkeep is wonderful as well. But you can see our Treasury Minister, not so good, but we are going to give them a chance. We can, of course, hold an election, but we may lose this Army Secretary of State here, which would be an absolute real loss. It really would. And India's got a good European Governor of Europe as well, so that's good. We can work on these individually, so that's what we'll do over time and see that where that gets us. But I think we can end this turn here. What's the research? All done the research. Diplomacy. Well, we're at war with 4 nations here, but I think we've got enough muscle behind us here to deal with that, to be honest with you. Of course we've got Spain here. Spain are at peace with us, but how is Spain treating us here? They're hostile. Very, very, very good chance they might declare war on us if we take Hanover, but that is a chance we take, my friends. But mind you, look at that. There could be a rebellion here. There's a very strong chance of a rebellion here in Amsterdam here. Really, really strong. Maybe we can push that in our favour if needs be. That would be a crushing blow for the Spanish, and indeed, look at that. Paris here is still held by the French. But we end the term, my friends, and let's see where this takes us. Let's see what comes out of our sort of anti-partisan operation here in Denmark. Will the Germans respond, or will they just immediately ignore it and focus on the greater goal, which of course has been Warsaw all along? As you can see here, it does take a while for the turns to kick in because of the sheer magnitude of the number of troops here on the Eastern Front. We've pretty much blockaded every single port here. We've got every single port locked down. Oh, wait a minute. Britain again on the move. And whoa. No. Why are they picking up? Where is that fleet going? It looks like it might be heading for Europe, but why are they moving such a significant amount of forces to and from Canada here? This does vex me rather a lot here. We shouldn't be having to worry about Britain. What will Germany do here in response to Denmark? Maybe nothing at all. Or maybe they'll send a relieving force in. just don't know. There's a significant Austrian army there, but nothing at all here from Austria. France, indeed. How will France respond to Spanish aggression? Oh, look at that. That's a massive force there. Which they quite clearly are probably saying, wait a minute, sir. And... ooh. Now that is a strange mobilisation there. Why are they pulling their forces back into the sort of Galicia here? The plot thickens. Ah, have they had a request from the Germans to sort of move out of that area and leave it for the German forces to move into? We shall soon see. But that is a massive French force there, absolutely gigantic. Also, we had an excellent suggestion as well that Giovanni came up with, saying that we should give Poland to Britain and see how that works out for us. It would free up a significant amount of troops here for further operations elsewhere, but although it is a very, very, very good suggestion here, particularly in the situation we're in at the moment, to be honest with you, we would probably give Poland up if we saw that Germany might take it off us. Then we would give it to an ally, because then it would stop the Germans from being able to get it and use it. We would then give it to Britain in that circumstance to have an ally at our side. But also it would stop the Germans having access to Poland, which really would be a key here. But are they going to respond to what's happening in Denmark, or will they simply ignore it and focus on Warsaw? Because Warsaw really has been the absolute focus here of all German sort of military pressure here. Everything's been focused on Warsaw. And to be honest with this, allowed us to build our forces up, particularly in Denmark and in Sweden, where we've just been pretty much untouched by anybody there. And that really has proven wondrous for us. Oh, here we go. That's a significant amount of troops being built up there on the outskirts of Warsaw. Will we have time to build our forces up here to be able to respond to it? Yeah, no, wait a minute. We broke the southern front because before there was just a multitude of German forces here, a massive amount of them here, building up here. But they seem to be a little bit wary. Are they worrying about what happened at Berlin here if we move up against those other forces in Denmark? Because that will, no they're not. Because that will continue apace. Now, also my friends, this might be a little bit of a shorter episode than normal. I do apologise for that, but unfortunately work calls, and I'm recording this quite late at night and I've got to be up early tomorrow, so it might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but we shall see what happens. I don't really want to say it will be when it might not be, but if it is a shorter, I do apologise. Yeah, they're starting to build up now quite a strong front. This is a monster, but it's draining forces away from Berlin, which is exactly what we want. Remember, we want to use Warsaw as that magnet to draw all the German forces towards it here. So that when the fight comes for Berlin, it's empty, it's barren. Yeah, they're starting to build up a significant amount of troops here. A significant amount of troops. I'm talking about significant amount of troops. Look how many troops here the Russians have here. Oh, that is just monumental. That's right, Germany. Just train your forces here. We'll be ready to meet you on the battlefield. I'm not scared of Germany. Of that I can assure you. Even if their erstwhile allies, Austria, turn up, we're not scared of them either. Of course, they're going to use the farmlands here. Yes, I thought as much. Starting to build quite the... I have to excuse any noise in the background, my friends, as you can probably guess who that might be. Oh yeah, here they come. That's what I mean there, my friends. We have to try and remove these safe havens here for the Germans within Russia. They're simply using the Russian territory to move their troops from, even sort of recruiting troops within Russian territory. It is an absolute nightmare. It is the equivalent of sort of the Vietnam War, if you think back about it, where the sort of North Vietnamese army and indeed the VC would use sort of Cambodia and other sort of nations along the border of Vietnam to sort of move into, to hide, to regroup, to prepare for battle operations, and then they would move into Vietnam properly, and where the Americans and their allies sort of couldn't sort of move in and chase after them, as it were. So this is sort of the equivalent to that. If you think back in that sort of equivalency where we aren't able to go into Russia proper to hunt them down because of sort of political ramifications, as it were, but they're still using it to their advantage. Wait a minute. Well, well, well. It has happened as we might thought it might do. It's woken up the Germans there in Denmark here. They might strike towards Copenhagen. If they do that, it will fall perfectly into our hands here. Yeah, they're starting to build up a significant amount of forces here. This is going to be a massive assault on Warsaw. Ah, Naples. Sicily. We haven't seen much action from the Mughal Empire as yet. They've been... Afghanistan, don't send those forces to our way, Afghanistan. It will not serve you well. I think we would buckle under that pressure. I think not, good sir. Ottoman Empire have been pretty quiet. They haven't been made any moves against the Germans. I always keep saying Prussians, the Germans. But they are at war with them, but they've just sort of... They've almost come like... Almost become a stalemate. Where you're just fighting in sort of no man land. There's a little bit of a skirmish here and there, but nothing concrete, nothing massive here. If we were to take Istanbul, now that might open up a whole can of worms sort of in the Mediterranean area. So again, everything must be planned meticulously here. We must strike with precision, surgical precision. And as always, the Ottomans taking their time to decide what they want to do here. But we will, because they've got the Mamelukes as well as, I believe they're a protectorate, the Mamelukes of the Ottomans, as you can see here. Baghdad, a real linchpin here for the Ottomans. It really is here in the Middle East. And probably the next major city away from, next to Asfahan here for the Persians. We really do need to deal with the Ottomans one way or another. I believe they probably want peace with us, but at what cost would that peace come at? So we've got to ask ourselves, at what cost? Okay, nothing much happening. Yes, there it is. Wait a minute. Was that troops in Greece? No, it wasn't. Russia, stay away from this conflict, Russia. Stay out of our war. Why exactly are you moving troops that far forward? Spain, we've got to be careful of Spain here. We don't want to aggravate Spain as well. Mind if Russia declares war on us, there's a good chance that Spain will as well. And as many, many have also said to Mali, try and get an alliance with France. Now, I'm not sure if we can. I believe either we or they have an alliance with an enemy of ours, or we have an alliance with an enemy of theirs. So I think that's going to be pretty difficult to do. But what we might do is actually give maybe one of these Russian territories to the British, and have the British deal with the Russian consequences, and indeed let the Germans and the British fight it out in the sort of the Far East, as it were, or the Urals of Russia. Oh, don't tell me they've taken Paris. Oh, don't do it, Sweden. Don't do it, Sweden. Don't blockade Russia. Yeah, you went and got... Yeah, well done. Brilliant. Venice. Courland. who are not happy with this one iota. Mamelukes, Greece. As long as Greece stay out of our way, we should be fine with them. Norway. Now, Norway is a staunch ally. But I believe that, yes, Paris has fallen to the Spanish. That is a massive blow for us here. To have a pretty hostile nation so close to us. That does not bode well at all. But that operation here in Copenhagen, that continues apace. That will not be diverted. Ho, 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 ho. Now we know that Odessa or Odense. Come on, gentlemen, please. 66,000, that is a very nice amount of money there. Oh, look at that. That's a pretty experienced army there, but look at that. What a army that. Look at the horse here. We would absolutely cut them to pieces without a shadow of a doubt. They've got some grenadiers, they've got a lot of militia, but they've got a lot of cannon as well. Mustn't underestimate the cannon. But here, look at that. They've already moved out here. Look at that, it's been absolutely decimated. 7,000 to repair that. We are going to repair this one here. And also this farm here. Now, we need to replenish all of these armies here. Now, let us remove once and for all.
Sir. Yes, sir. Oh, wait.
Oh, look at that.
Undaunted. Undefeated. Forward. March.
And now we bring our forces together once again. Here.
At the ready. By the left.
Around
March.
Jutland here, we're going to sort of regroup.
Ready and awaiting
Keeping
orders.
that army group firmly as one
Sir.
here. So our forces
Your
don't get
humble
dissipated here too much. We lose that strength. Right, we are going to put a lot of our resources back into replenishing these armies, because my word, they deserved it. And they've earned it. Look at that. +1 to morale. +1 to morale. Oh, wonderful. +1 to morale. That is a real boost there to these armies. Look at that. Oh, 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 oh. New Spain. East Prussia. This is where it's going to... Oh, look at that. That is a significant force. We're going to move it to Warsaw. As you can see, we are going to be under a lot of pressure here.
At the ready.
Move this into this army here.
March.
Fantastic. Now, how is the replenishment going here in these
Ready
armies?
for orders.
It'll take a while for these to replenish. It really is.
Sir.
The army's taking a real beating here, my word.
Sir.
That army not so, it's almost at full strength.
At the ready.
I have to say, most of these armies are in pretty good shape considering the fights we've been involved in. But we need to continue recruitment with great urgency here. Let's keep that recruitment going, and here as well in East Prussia. I think we'll get some more cavalry, and we'll get 124 pounder. Oh, that's going to be a long way off there. Now, about here, let's consolidate our forces here.
Sir. Sir.
In Sweden. Let's bring this under a brand new general.
Ship shape and Bristol fashion, Captain.
Let's raid these lines. That's more like it. Now, let's continue the recruitment apace. Because we're going to need every single soldier here. Look at that. Oh my word, that is a wonderful sight. It really is. Got our army group here, sat here ready. What we'll probably do is we will attack this army here by itself. That's a lot of cannon. That is a huge amount of cannon. That is a ridiculous amount of cannon there. As we push in here against this army, that's got a lot of cannon as well. But do we have a particularly horse cavalry heavy? We do. This one here. This is the army that we need here. Yeah, there it is. Right, wonderful. We're going to start building up our secondary defensive line, as it were, here.
At the ready. Make ready. Forward! For crown and country!
Right, recruitment for 2 more cavalry. No, wait a minute, sir. 2 more regiments of horse here in New York. We'll continue this recruitment pace. Look at the composition here. I will be creating that Sam North army. I really will. It's not going to go unnoticed. We need some more regiments, line infantry regiments here. That'll be our first goal. Then we'll just start looking at more artillery, and also here as well.
Sir.
Need some cavalry here. So fantastic. It's arrived. It's arrived. The army group is starting to assemble here. Right, we shall just take it to the entrance here of the Gibraltar Straits. And where's the... Wait, do we have another one that has arrived? Oh, indeed, sir.
Make ready.
Look at that. What a wonderful sight. We have to make sure that this is done absolutely correctly. We don't want to be caught by any other nations here. Now, Warrior, we can upgrade you once again to steam engine. Oh, look at that. 1500 here. And also, should we upgrade this port here to a commercial base? And indeed we will. We're going to get everything we can out of here. What's that? What's coming in here? Ooh, nearly 3,000 on the income here. And this is slowly creeping away here. The resistance of foreign occupation is slowly moving away. Dense. Oh, yes. Excellent. Ah, that reminds me, we must focus as well on getting that minister removed. Now, we're going to move our sort of gateway, our sort of Straits Guardians, as it were.
Fleet ready.
Now,
Any orders? Where to, Captain? Awaiting further orders.
back into
Officer on
position.
deck. Douse the decks.
Right. Now, will these reach Patras? They will indeed. We're starting now that military build-up that we have promised for so long. Also, Malta was also suggested as an excellent forward operating base, which we might well do. We might move in against Malta and take that out and use it as a base of operations. We will do that once the forces become available to us for definite.
Heave away, boys. Heave away. Still ship shape.
Excellent.
Ship shape and Bristol fashion, Captain.
Move that gentleman to there. Secondary next fleet, please, gentlemen. Thank you. Now we shall move this fleet. Come on, gentlemen, please move. Thank you.
Ready and waiting.
We're going to make sure these are set up here.
On our way, Captain.
Right, and last but by no means least, our last army to complete the army group which is assembled. Oh, look at that, we got full control of the Mediterranean effectively here. No one dares move out of the Mediterranean without our help. So we're going to make sure the transport ships are safely docked. And then we're going to move our naval task force in here, which is going to be moving and aiding the attack upon German territories within Russia.
Ready and
Now
waiting.
next turn we should be able to move these forces directly into the Crimea. Now, anything else we can do back in the homeland here? Anything we can upgrade, anything we can throw money at, because we need to make sure we get every single gold piece we can out of these. Every single state here. Now, is anything we're missing at all? Everything is upgraded, I hope. Anything we're missing here? Oh, wait there. 10,000. So I'm going to bring in 500, but still we need to upgrade all of these. There's no point in messing about. Now, any of these that need upgrading here? Yeah, that is upgrading. It's going to give us 500. That's been fully... Oh, look at that. And indeed, we've got this army here, which is going to be put into here. Actually, we need to make sure that we got New Mexico. So because Mexico and New Spain, beg your pardon, really is an absolute linchpin of our sort of whole South American campaign here. It really is important that we hold on to it. Coming out of here, 1,480 here. What's going to bring us in? 500 there. We've got everything along the sort of southern borders, the southern coastline here is all, yeah, everything's been upgraded up here. So we can start keeping investing in our trade here, I think. So what we'll do is we'll get Mexico here. We've got yeah, this, because this reads all of the San and then New Mexico as well. So we've got all the traffic coming from New Mexico, so actually upgrade that as well. Right, how many turns? 5 turns. So that's actually bringing in more money from us here, because it includes the trade routes from New Mexico into Texas. We've got all these here. What we've got here, 4,750. Before it gets there, it's 2,640, because it combines these two together. There. That's fantastic. Let's push everything we can here. Now, are we going to have to wait here until we move into Denmark? How long is it going to take for these to replenish, I wonder? Oh, good while yet. As you can see, they've taken a real pasting.
Sir.
But this army won't take long at all. General Arley.
Yes.
And General Lewis as well, who was asked for transferring to Warsaw once the battle is over. Which, if everything goes well, it shall be done. I think what we'll do is we'll remove this force first in a dense and bring this force here to task, and then we can move on against this last one of Julian Winckelmann, and then we can move to the border here and look at maybe even pushing it against Hanover, which really would be an absolute boon for us. It really would. What's this region pulling in here? 8,000. That is massive. That is monumental. Got to repair these as well at some point. That 7,000 is an absolute scandal. And 7,000. It's going to cost us 14,000 to repair these two naval hospitals. But that's the price we take when we go to war. Right, I think we're good to go here. We can end this turn here. Look at the French down here, moving into Galicia here. But this German push here is going to be pretty massive against us. It really is going to be quite stupendous. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Let's see what comes our way. Can we get an alliance with France? Just quickly to see if we get an alliance. They're at war now. They're at war with Britain, seeing we're allied with Britain. But they're at war with Spain. Now, if Spain declare war upon us, we could help them out significantly, France. But look at that. They really have absolutely battered in the French regions here. It's important we keep our spy here. Do have this covered here, but that army here at General Shirley is going to need reinforcing, I think, especially if the Russians come at us. So we have to divert some of these troops we're recruiting here. Might be have to divert it to the yards Fort Frederick here, which is guarding the border with Lithuania. But it's so close to this happening here. Because now we can start moving this. But we have to take them off the boats just in case we got attacked. If any of these ships got attacked, we would lose all these armies. I am not taking any chances whatsoever. We're then going to seal off Istanbul. We're going to seal off the Mediterranean from the Black Sea. Completely seal off this area of the Black Sea for our operations to sort of continue unhinged and unpinged. Right, let's end the turn, my friends, and see what happens here. It really does absolutely rest upon what Germany's going to do. Hang on a minute. Is that Mughal Empire here? My word, they've pushed in far against the Persians. Also, remember, we've got Gdansk as well. It's going to see a lot of fighting, a huge amount of fighting. As you can see, the sheer scope here of the fighting, the amount of troops we've got here is taking a while for each nation to decide what it wants to do. Ah, there it is. Britain, again, moving a stupendous amount of forces here. Austria, maybe they'll get involved. Bring your men to their doom, sir. I wonder if we push on against Gdansk anyway, whilst we've got that opportunity. Still moving a number of troops into the air. Ooh, that's... Oh, they split the army there. France. Oh, that's a massive force there. Wait a minute. Oh, just wait a minute, sir. You vex me, sir. Why are you doing that, France? Those troops should be sent back to reclaim France, not to be able to be moved towards Gdansk. That's a strange decision right there. France really is doing strange things here. It really is doing some strange things. A lot of decision making here by France. Why are they moving forces up to Gdansk? This is really strange. Now that's not too bad. Moving into Podolia and Galicia is that's not about business. But why are they moving forces near to Gdansk there? That is strange. Now, what will Germany do to respond here? We must clear Denmark. We shall retake Udinsk here. Clear this peninsula entirely. And then move on up to the border here and clear anything in our way. Are they moving troops back towards Berlin? The plot thickens, my friends, the plot thickens. If we do clear Denmark, we could then move up the armed group to here, hold the border, and then start feeding new troops in from Copenhagen. Because remember, we've got all the sea lanes and all the sort of the potential landing zones they could use by sea completely sealed off. The Germans can't move any of their forces away from any of these here. So we could start feeding in, you know, large quantities of armies here, build up a massive army, a massive sort of strike force on the border there with Denmark and Hanover, and then ultimately strike against the Germans. Oh, now they're starting to pull in quite a lot of forces here. Up from the southern front as well, by the looks of it. That is important to note. Yeah, they're starting to build these troops up here quite substantially. Come on, Germany. Show your hand. If you're going to move against Warsaw, move against Warsaw. Come on, Germany, show your hand now. That's more like it. But they haven't pushed in too far close to Warsaw. Are they just going to build the forces here and then wait? There's a chance that might happen. A very good chance that might happen. Come on now, Germany. Show your hand here. Yeah, there it is. There it is. We're not ready to take on that one. 21,000 German forces against just over 9,000. We would be absolutely crushed. Declining the attack until the odds are more favourable. No, still well past what we can manage here. I know that, you know, we have done well, but that would overwhelm us. It would be attacking this force here, and it isn't even a complete force yet. No. We'll let them move in as close as they want to here. Maybe we can track. That's more like it, sir. But let's drag them in even closer. It's probably bringing these troops here. But what we want though is we want to bring in more German forces. Let's decline the attack. And I'll tell you why, my friends. It's because we want to drag in even more German forces if possible. So maybe if we can drag in some more forces around here as well, that would then suit us better. We need to drag in as many of these German forces as we can here into this sort of melting pot. There it is. 10,000 now. That's a pretty still overwhelming. Now we'll decline that. Let's just get them in a bit closer. Come on now, gentlemen. No, still not in our favour yet. Now we can start dragging in some of these troops here. Come on. Come on, gentlemen, please. That seems a little bit more interesting right there. But look at, even then again, this army here is not prepared. Mind you, which army is it? General Donaldson wanted to be this army here. No, we won't take that fight. But that's a fight we'll take. That's the fight we'll take right there, my friends. And this is the fight we shall take next episode. Now, I do apologise for this being a shorter episode than normal. I know it hasn't had much action. It's been more of a sort of strategic, more of a campaign sort of, episode, getting our forces into position. So I do apologise for not being as long as normal, and also not much action in it, my friends. But this is set us up where we are now. We can drag in well over nearly 13,000 German forces here. So it includes these three armies here, and no, these three armies here. This army as well, this army, and possibly that army as well. Now we dragged in 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 armies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's these 5 armies here that are being dragged in. And that will clear a significant amount of German forces away from here. And it will also give us time probably to replenish around. We've got 15,000 men here. But we have to hold here. We really do have to hold. Now that's a lot of guns here. That is a lot of guns. We can absolutely pound them to pieces here. And that, my friends, is what we shall do. And we've got a full stack army here, absolutely prepared. And of course, these have taken a little bit of a beating. They haven't replenished quite just yet, but still, these armies are in pretty good shape considering the fight we had last time. So we're pretty good. This is what we want to do. We want to drag in these armies. We want to chew these German armies up, and we want to spit them back out again, and then be prepared for the next fight. We're going to have to continue building and recruiting forces and building new armour, armaments, bringing in the heavy artillery, keeping the flow of forces from Königsberg coming in. Gdansk is almost going to be brought into siege, and also we've got Denmark being cleared. We've also got the forces ready to attack into Russia as well, almost ready there in Patras. That's going to be a really brutal fight there, because that army group is going to be completely unsupported. It will have no reinforcements at all unless we can get some from Patras. But my friends, this is the fight we're going to take next episode. So we've set ourselves up because this will take a long time to fight this fight here. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please comment, like, subscribe. As always, please keep your comments coming down below. If I've missed anybody at all, from anybody in general, or I've missed anybody wanting a unit named, please forgive me, my friends. It's not on purpose. I might simply have just not done it. But I promise you, if you remind me in the comments, I will definitely put make sure that you're a general, or if you want a unit named, I'll make sure it's done once this battle is over, and I'll probably do it once again. I don't usually rename units and generals until we get an episode where everything is quiet. There are no battles. But my friends, things are really starting to pull at pace. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please comment, like, subscribe. Until next time, my friends. Bye for now.